Hey everyone, so here is another short overview video. This is on the Statue of Liberty Actively Learn assignment. Now with this assignment, it's just an article about the Statue of Liberty. You've already clicked on the video hopefully, but then here is the Actively Learn assignment. Now it looks like this at first. I've had questions in the past here about these guideline questions. These aren't questions that I need you to answer word for word, but they are questions that I'd like you to read beforehand. Think to yourself, can you answer this question before you read? And then how did your answer change after you read, right? So what was the original primary purpose of the Statue of Liberty versus how is that purpose different from what we think of it today? The article explains how the statue came to represent hope and freedom for immigrants, but what historical event or location mentioned in the text caused the statue's meaning to shift from friendship to welcome? Just cause and effect relationship here, right? So just thinking about this question, what caused that to happen? The statue holds a torch, a tablet, and has a broken shackle at her feet. What does each of these three items specifically symbolize? You actually have a drag and drop in the Actively Learn and answers these questions, but then which of those do you think is the most powerful? I don't really need a why or how you came to that conclusion, but like to you, which one do you think is most powerful? It just makes a better connection to the Statue of Liberty and to what you're reading for that matter. The process of funding and building the statue required massive effort from both France and the United States. What specific challenge did the Americans face, and how did they ultimately prove their commitment to this transatlantic friendship? So, in looking at these four questions here, we've asked them before we've begun reading. I'd love you to just kind of revisit them after you've read and see if you have answers to them. Again, I don't need them written down, but it's something I want us to start practicing more and more. If I don't feel like we're doing it, I might actually start requiring us to write it down because I see the value in this. All right. We didn't ask them for no reason. Okay. So when I come back, I'm going to ask about the Statue of Liberty, maybe one or two questions from this guideline section. Just be ready. With this, okay, here's your article. Not too long, only 4 questions. This first one's a poll question. Pretty simple. This one right here, you're just looking at these 2 paragraphs, right? What was the monument intended to be? It's going to tell you in the 2 paragraphs above it. That's what the purpose of this question is. I think Actively Learn doesn't let you go any further until you've answered those questions. Same thing here with building the Statue of Liberty. We've moved on from this 2 sections and we're now in our second section, building the Statue of Liberty. So what does each part of the Statue of Liberty represent? Move each description to the correct item. And so that's going to be right there. And so you're just going to drag and drop to where each one is. And then this last question, I will say, is about the whole thing, right? But why is the Statue of Liberty an important symbol of the United States? You answer that question as in an RTQT for me, and then use at least 3 details from the text to support your answer. But yes, you are going to use an RTQT on this last question. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to move on to the next video, which is your expository writing assignment for today. All right. Thank you, everybody.